and making out with each and every single girl he saw. And he grabs my face and he kisses me, and then
Let's just open up that two guys is not a train.
Well, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Let's talk about it.
A threesome, two guys is not a train.
That is so. Thank
A
you,
threesome
Ace.
is when everybody touches each other. If I don't touch this man, we ran a train on this girl.
I don't care what the arrangement is. Anytime there are two dinglings or more for one girl in one night or at the same time, it's a train. We don't just get to change up definitions of what things are. It is what it is.
I've only done that.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And
Two men?
Two men. And they traded off. It was like they were friends and they traded off. It's the best 50th birthday ever.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And they traded off. So it was never like them together.
Together, okay.
It was like they were flip-flopping me. You know, one would please me, then he'd pass me to the other. And one would kiss me, and then he'd spin me around for the other.
Oh.
It was
feel
like
powerful?
a beautiful dance. Oh my
Nice.
goodness!
Wow.
It was
Tennis
like
match.
it was like doing salsa with two guys at the same time. Just like romantic and sexy,
Nice.
and never intertwined, but at the same time it was two.
So they were friends with each other.
They were friends,
Okay.
and I knew they were friends. And it was all about that Cocoa Patron.
Oh, shit.
The purple label.
That
coffee
that
Patron?
coffee Patron,
Cafe.
that cafe,
Yes.
that cafe Patron.
No, I've had some wild nights on
Yes,
that myself.
that cafe Patron.
So wait, so the next day, how did they act to each other, or like afterward? Did they ever acknowledge it, or was it just a one thing and nobody ever discussed it?
No, we all went to breakfast, and it was like three friends that hung out and had a good time. It was weird because it's not like I was into that, and I had never done it before.
It's a birthday present.
But it was happy birthday to me. And it was like, okay. And as it was happening, I was like, this is happening. Like, I was like, this is actually happening.
This is really a real thing.
I would kiss one and he would spin me. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then I just kind of relaxed and let it happen. And the next morning we were like the Three Musketeers.
So one thing about the older 304s is they done live most of their life. I mean, AJ Johnson, I think, is approaching 60 now, if she ain't already 60. So she don't have as much life in front of her as she's already lived. You know, she's lived over half of how many years she gonna live. So older women, they let it all out. They don't have nothing to be ashamed of. It is what it is. But hey, she was comfortable telling the truth about it. She said the dudes had a good time. She had a good time. It was a 50th birthday for her. So she let loose. When women get older, man, they lay it all out, man, because they know that they prime years are way behind them, and that might have been heaven for her. So shout out to her for keeping it funky.
Raz B from B2K.
Date is a loose word. Date is I wouldn't give that definition. I think I said entanglement. With
But
all of them
entanglement
except for Omari.
Was the entanglement
I've
at the
grown.
same
I can
time?
admit it. Everybody has their hoe days. Let them have them. We can look back on them days when we're older and be like, yeah, I was out there fighting.
So wait,
Yeah,
Keely, Fizz, J Book, Raz B at the same damn time?
Only one time. That's only a one-time thing.
And for those of y'all that haven't heard, this is Keely Williams. She's a former member of the R&B group called 3LW. I think it stood for Three Little Women. And, you know, she openly admitted that her and 3 out of the 4 members of B2K all got it on. All of them got to sample the water. And she had no shame in admitting it. She said, we all had our hoe phases, whoop-de-whoop. So, hey, man, they have no shame, man. She married to some white dude now, and they got a child together. I don't know. She might have 2 kids. I don't know. I don't care. But now this one right here, this is not no confession. I don't have no audio or no video for this one, but I just had to do this example of another choo-choo train because this female here, Destiny Wilson, worked as a, I think, recruiting staffer at LSU down in Louisiana. And there was a young brother on the team named Kenyon Butte. And he actually was supposed to come back for another season, But when they came down to Atlanta for the SEC championship game, allegedly there was a sex party, quote unquote. They had multiple men. He was one of them, the football player, and I think some of the coaching staff. I think it was 5 men all together, and they all got to pass her around. And she comes from Charlotte, North Carolina. I looked at her Instagram. It's not private or anything, so she's without a job. I mean, she might have got hired somewhere. I don't know. This happened back in December, so who knows? And who knows what she's got going on in her life right now. But I am more than confident that this was not her first rendezvous involving multiple men. She was just too willing to do it. I don't know if it was alcohol involved. I don't know any details about it, but because these men could not control their little member, they all got dismissed by the team, and they all got to get new jobs. So, like the old saying goes, all money ain't good money. All puss ain't good puss. Like the old saying goes, think with your big head and not your little head.
I go upstairs to the second dance floor, and I'm just dancing, minding my own business, just dancing alone. And then somehow a guy comes up to me, and he's shirtless, and I think you guys have seen on my stories. And he starts grinding on me. I'm like, okay, yep, this is what my drunk ass wanted. He kind of pulls his pants like, just like this. Pulls his pants like this, and then pulls his underwear that's underneath and shows me his big fat fucking donglong. It was so big, you guys. That thing could have murdered me, like actually murdered me, and probably not in a good way. That thing was so big, huge, and I was like, oh my god, is that you without a boner or with a boner, sir? It was just so huge, man. I couldn't have handle that. And then he told me that he wanted to fuck me. Oh no, actually I'm the one that first said I wanted to fuck him. And then we just started making out. He told me that he was bi, and then he said that I have a guy here that's also bi. We're both friends and we would love to have a threesome with you. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on now? He's like, let me take you to him. It was like a movie, kind of. So he grabs my hand and we go downstairs and we run into his friend who was also really cute. Surprisingly, I was so happy. And by the way, I'm not gonna mention their names, but they had the exact same name. Like Elvis and Elvis. Exact name. They're both touching me, and then one of them says, yeah, we're gonna have a really fun time with her in bed. Oh my god. What did I get myself into? And they were just like having fun with my boobs because my boobs were out. My non-existent poor small titties were out. They were like, yeah, we're gonna have a real fun time with you. Yeah, she's gonna be so much fun to be with. Like saying all these sexual things. On my left side, I was grabbing him, making out with this Elvis. And then I turned to the other Elvis and I make out with that Elvis. Like it was back to forth. I was living my best life. I had the best time ever.
To all the young brothers out there, if you ever want to know if a female done had a train ran on her and you want to ask her on the low and get the truth up out of her, never ever say, have you ever had a train ran on you? What you're supposed to ask her is, have you had a threesome before? And if she say yes, okay, what kind of threesome was it? Was it you and 2 dudes or you and another girl and a dude? And then she'll tell you what kind of threesome she had, because if you use the word threesome versus train, she'll feel a little bit more inclined to tell you. Now, this girl right here in the little clip I just showed you was just didn't give a damn. She said she was drunk at a little party, club, whatever. And she said the guys was bisexual. So you let bisexual dudes, and I don't believe in no bisexual man, but that's another conversation for another day. You let 2 men that sleep with each other and sleep with other men get your box and your mouth and all that. That's just, there's no standards whatsoever. So, man, y'all ask these women questions, man. Get to know these bras, man, because they giving it to anybody. They don't give a damn.
I'm 18, and I just wanted to have fun, right? And that's very good when you're young, to have fun, to get all those things out of your system, but be intelligent about it. I always tell people, look, it's okay to experiment, but be smart. Get tested before, so that you know all 3 of you are good. So it was 2 guys, 2 friends, and they were like, yeah, bro, let's do it. And it was kind of my idea because like I lured these guys and I was like, what can you do for me today?
It don't even be, look, most of the time it don't even be the dudes I did. It be the girl that be wanting to do it, man. Y'all will be surprised at how many chicks secretly fantasize about getting banged out by 2 men or more, man. Don't no woman let no train get ran on her unless she really want it to happen. Now this one right here is worse than a train. All I gotta say is you gotta see it to believe it.
This is Tori. She fell in love with Travis and Ethan and Mark and Chris. Their 4-way relationship is working wonders for them.
The relationship could best be described by having Tori as the hub and all of us are spokes on a giant wheel.
But not everyone understands the dynamic.
I was like, oh, you're kidding, that you're joking.
How will this poly relationship cope with a further addition to the family?
And so who's the father of the baby?
Alright, so then this is mine and Travis's room. This is the master bedroom. This is the room that has the bigger bed that people will swap in and out of every night just so that everyone can get equal turns, you know, sharing a bed. While this is like mine and Travis's room, we keep all of our stuff in here. People are rotating in and out. The first polyamorous relationship I had been in was actually with Travis and Ethan. Travis was the one who had brought up the idea to me. We met back in elementary school. We've been dating for about 2.5, almost 3 years. I've known Ethan since junior high, and we made things official recently, but we've basically been dating for about 2 years now.
The term poly, meaning multiple, often refers to a 3-person relationship, but for these guys, it's Tori and her 4 separate lovers.
And the next one would be Mark. We met in high school, and then Chris is the newest addition. We've been dating since April.
The relationship could best be described by having Tori as the hub and all of us are spokes on a giant wheel.
Now, it's about 11,000 things I can say about this video clip. I know ain't none of the brothers watching my videos doing no shit like that. Them dudes is just pathetic. They disgusting. They weak. Now, this is an older show that was out a few years ago, but I just had to put it in there because you got dudes out here that's very insecure and they weak enough to totally bow down and pedestalize and worship the woman. They are worshiping that girl. And just think about what's going on. She said they all take turns. Each dude get a turn. They rotate in and out each night. A woman's vagina is a hole. And when you skeet up in her, because you see she was pregnant in the beginning part of the video clip, and she don't know who the father is. Now, like I said, that's an older video, a few years old. So the baby been born. I think the whole relationship is over now, but the principle, it remains. Each one of these dudes taking turns dropping their load off in this girl. And I don't care how much that woman go in there and bathe and whatever. Man, that man's DNA is still inside of you. So she got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different dudes ejaculating inside of her box, man. No, that cat ain't fresh. And on top of that, it don't just come out like that. So you are literally sticking your Johnson inside of another man's baby making goo. You got his fluids mixing in with yours, bro. You putting your raw dingaling inside of a hole that he done busted off in the night before. But hey, man, this is beyond simping. Beyond simping. This is what happens when you have zero self-respect, zero confidence, zero positivity about yourself, man. Totally disgusting, totally weak, totally pathetic.
Pay on your bills.
Oh my God.
Wow. And you want to make him happy, finally, because you put him through hell.
So a threesome, right?
You put him through
A threesome, right, ladies?
Threesome.
I normally talk to men who are cultured, who's been around the world, who know a lot of people.
Right. It's on you, though.
No, I understand that. But because he's doing everything right, I'm going to give him the honor of picking the nigga who we going to have a threesome with.
Oh!